Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and to Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh, what fun this has been to get the series up. Hey, sing along if you know the pain of recording. This has been an epic journey trying to get this thing set up. I'm going to fire into the intro movie straight away, let you guys see the story.
What's that now? Don't like the cold? Can't stay in today. We have a ritual to perform, you and I.
This is still one of my favourite games, honestly, despite the pain that I've been through trying to get it recorded.
It belonged to my daughter. Good. Today, I speak your name, girl. But will the goddess speak it back? Normally, it would be the mother who declares, if you had one. The whole village would attend, and matriarchs perform the ritual, but we are outcasts. Even so, we keep the tribe's rituals. Otherwise, we might become like the faithless old ones, who turned their backs on the goddess. But their wickedness doomed them. To us, were left the splendors of creation, beasts of air, water, earth, and steel. It is one thing to hunt a beast, another to hunt a machine. You must be humble and respect their power. I will teach you this. One day.
This game is all about the epic. Epic music. Epic vistas. Epic machinery. Epic scale. It's just brilliant.
Matriarch Tirsa. What is she doing here? Does she mean to forbid the ritual?
No, off your knees. It's nearly time. And yes, you may speak to me.
You came to bless the naming.
Have not 6 months gone by since we entrusted her to you?
But we are outcasts.
You by choice, and she, well... I am a high matriarch, Rost. I bless whom I choose.
Then you honor us.
Yes, now go, and be ready to declare. Go! Oh, Mother, this child needs a name by which to know her, that your love may warm her life as the rising sun warms all the earth. Speak her name!
Aloy!
And so her name is blessed.
Stop this at once! What have you done?
I've blessed the naming of a child.
Stubborn woman, you call that curse a child? What did she tell you about his birth, outcast? Answer!
I've done only what you asked.
To raise it, yes. We said nothing of love.
Enough.
And you, blessing its name like it was one
I
of the
know
Nora,
my duty
one of
to
the
them.
tribe.
And to you.
Without consultation.
I'm here.
Did all year, did
And wherever you go,
faithful woman,
I will follow.
Welcome to the lands of the Nora. And this is just a small part of the game. So as introductions go, they don't come much more epic than that. I'm going to go ahead, a few things sorted. We will be playing the game on hard, yes we will. Tactical combat lends itself to that anyway. That's what we're going to go for. You can see my display settings here. Graphics, we're playing with the graphics on original, so that's basically the PS4 settings. Could run it higher. The game does run quite happily on my PC in Ultra, but I have some issues when I'm using recording softwares, so I'm not gonna jinx this recording by doing that. Let's pick up with Aloy. Show how she's gotten on since her name was blessed.
Aloy! Aloy!
Excuse me. Now,
Ooh, that's a lot of berries. You're quite the
part of the
gatherer,
problem
aren't you?
that this game
Now go and see if you can
suffers
find
from
some
in the
more.
PC port are areas where it has constant stutter. Or not constant stutter, but sudden stutter. Despite the fact that
Well done. That's a good.
the game runs comfortably on this PC.
Children,
It's because
Come
of the
with
way
me.
the company who did the ported it. So you might
She's
see
an
graphical errors
outcast,
during
to be
cutscenes, like a little
shunned.
tiny bit of screen tearing example. That's where
there.
the game's playing catch up with itself because of the way it allocates loading times, etc., and
Come
assets.
on.
Orange juice really is the best. Most of what you're going to see in the next half hour of gameplay is Aloy's struggle to accept her status with the Nora. For example, the fact that she's an outcast, the fact that she doesn't know who her mother is.
Rost!
Pride want nothing to do with her.
Rost! Rost!
And it's slowly unfolded,
He won't
like
hear
peeling the
me.
layers off an onion.
Some kind of cave?
We're not going to spend a lot of time in this intro sequence. There's no point.
Looks tight, but I can get through.
This literally serves to introduce Aloy's
Must be a ruin of the metal world.
most
One
important
of the
piece of
old
equipment.
places. Ross said never go in places like this.
We'll give you a quick
But I
look
have to find a way out.
at the surroundings. You can see the disconnect between what Aloy's wearing, simple animal skins. You can also see that those animal skins are stitched together with plastic or wire of some description. And even although it's simple garments, it's totally incongruous with these plastiformed tables and chairs, bookcases, etc. Even, you know, this stuff might not look great, but it's still more advanced than her people should have access to.
There's something up ahead.
Like I say, we're not going to spend too much time in this tutorial area. I will let you watch the cutscenes, but I'm not going to be listening to audio
There's
recordings.
something shiny there.
That little gadget is very important, despite the fact that it is tiny and doesn't look like much. Aloy calls it a focus because it allows her to, what else? Focus on
Lights.
certain objects in the environment.
Everywhere. How does it do this?
My guess, based on the gameplay that I've experienced in Horizon Zero Dawn, is that that gadget is some kind of interactive device. It allows users to activate it and then interact with machinery, etc. by holographic touch.
A metal door. Closed. Maybe this device I found can help.
So
More lights.
that box is connected to the door.
A shape. It's connected to the door somehow.
So the focus, one of its uses is to scan your environment and to find interactable objects in the environment. This is one here. We can see a shape there, blue circle with a red section, and there's another blue circle with a red section, telling you that if you make the shapes match, boom, there's a door open.
Changed color.
Gifted girl, this.
The door changed color too.
It did indeed. Now there are audio logs down here. I'm not going to get them. There's not much point. They tell the story of how the people down here died. It's important for background. You're going to get some background here anyway. Once I scan
What's
this. There we go.
Think I want it this way? It's the best I can do. He's right behind you. Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man. Look, Daddy can't be there with you and Mom, but we can still have a party, right? Sure we can.
Show me. Show me again.
I can do. He's right behind you. Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man. Look, Daddy can't be there with you and Mom, but we can still have a party, right? Sure we can.
Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
We're going to squeeze through there. Like I say, there are audio recordings here. The background story, just so you have it, is that everyone in this bunker killed themselves at New Year's Eve on a certain date. You've probably heard my phone go off in the background there, how unprofessional of me. Put that on silent. That won't happen again. But yeah, everyone in the bunker died. They all committed
Why did they die here?
mass
happens
suicide
then?
on New Year's Eve at some point. We don't know the year. You can probably infer it from a lot of the clues. But basically, the surface world was lost to machines, and
He found me. Ross found me.
they all took
Down
medication
here.
and committed suicide.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
So the old world is dead.
Oh, Mother be praised. Come, girl. Take my hand. You don't belong down there. Come. Such places are forbidden, Aloy.
I fell in.
They are of the metal world. What is that on your face?
Nothing.
Did you find it down there?
No.
Give it to me.
No.
Aloy, such things are dangerous.
No!
Well, if you're gonna go sneaking away from home, you'll need to know how to survive in the wild. Come, Aloy. Home now. But starting tomorrow, you will learn to hunt.
The start of this game is quite cutscene heavy. There is a lot of story that they cram into the first hour and a half. It's important character development. It means that the first couple of videos in this series are going to be a lot of you watching
All these shapes.
someone else. Like, basically, it's not, you know, I'm not playing. I will commentate over it.
Take your bow.
Here's an example of the headset analysing.
Bow?
And enough muttering to that plaything. We descend to the valley now. Follow.
The detail in the character models is quite impressive as well.
The wilds can be dangerous, Aloy. You will need to stay close and do as I say.
I know.
Now, you're still scratched up from that fall you took yesterday. So let's start there. Take this medicine pouch. I'll show you how to fill it. See this plant over here? It's called salvebrush. Come, gather its berries in your pouch. Good. Now eat the berries.
Blech.
They may taste bitter, but they can save your life.
Like every kid,
Always keep your pouch full of medicinal berries, flowers, and plants.
Aloy not happy
Where
eating the
are
fruit.
we?
This valley is just a part of All Mother's embrace.
Embrace.
The Nora tribe watches these lands and keeps out the most dangerous machines. Usually.
So the world that we're living in here is built on an engine that was originally just proprietary
Further downriver,
for
we'll find a herd of machines, and I will teach you how to hunt.
Are they dangerous?
Guerrilla Games to
All
develop
machines are dangerous, Aloy. Their power must be
Killzone
respected.
Shadowfall,
But I will be
which I
beside
believe
you.
is the fourth entry in the mainline Killzone series. It was the first one and the only one to come out on PlayStation 4 so far. And
A machine's
now that
coming.
we've moved to PS5, although it would be
Follow me
lovely
to the tall
to see
grass.
a new Killzone game, because of the success Guerrilla have had transitioning to third-person action-adventure games.
There. Now stay low.
Little one.
No, Aloy. Such machines are called Watchers. You must learn to avoid their gaze. If you are to survive in the wilds, I will show you. Listen close and do as I do. Stay still. Wait for it to pass.
And because they've successfully marketed the game engine to other companies, they had to come up with a product
Keep
name.
low.
So
Follow me
officially,
across the trail to that tall grass.
the game engine that powers Horizon Zero Dawn, the upcoming Horizon Forbidden West, and also Death Stranding.
Another one.
Is the Decima engine. It's capable of creating these incredible environments.
The slower you move, the quieter you'll be. And crouched walking is quieter than upright.
And there's a massive variety in gameplay, not gameplay, but a massive variety in the environments that you can traverse in the Decima engine and in Horizon Zero Dawn. This is very much a sort of
That's the last
forest,
of them.
tundra,
Let's move on.
very temperate, cold areas, warm areas, kind of an
Did
all-rounder.
well. They didn't see or hear you. Now stay close. That herd should be just ahead.
Other environments are an extremely cold, frozen sort of north, a sort of desert, tundra, and a jungle. And I've not covered all of the map, that's just what I've experienced
Who's that?
so far. Never
Ignore
completed
him.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
But why is he up there?
Surprise, surprise, as everyone out there is saying. It's one thing I love about doing what I'm doing now,
Smiling at us.
creating these videos and commentating on them, is that it's encouraging me to finish games that I had never
Ignore
finished
him.
before. So,
We are outcasts, and he is of the tribe.
Maybe
Bonus.
he doesn't like the tribe.
And he is a fool. Come now. Let's find that herd. Follow.
these videos are also going to be slightly longer. I'm going to play till I feel like I'm done. And I am just looking to get another exciting series up there for you guys. Thank you for all the support as well, by the way, on the Medium. I really enjoyed that
There.
game.
See them? These are called striders.
Riders are horses. We'll go into more detail on them later.
Why'd you chase them off?
To show you how some machines startle easily if they detect you and run away. They're best approached by stealth. Don't worry. We'll catch up with them further down the valley. You'll see.
Yeah, so upcoming we're going to do a follow-up to the Medium.
Now, I want you to
Layers of
find some
Fear
rocks that
2.
fit the cup of your hand.
Why?
Do as I say, Aloy, and gather the rocks. I will show you how to use them.
We're also going to try and do
Those
Horizon
will do. Follow.
Forbidden West. In general, this is such a good year for gaming. I'm really excited about the projects that are coming up, the new games that are coming out.
Stop wasting time.
Of course, we're going to do Elden Ring. I want
Aloy,
to finish
come
Sekiro
now.
first.
There's the herd.
Possibly something that I'm
All
going
right.
to do on the channel as
It's
well.
time to throw some rocks.
But rocks can't hurt machines, right?
No, but they can distract them. Draw them into traps. Like that watcher over there. It must be dealt with, or it will warn the herd and send them running before we get in range.
Warn them. How?
The machines speak to each other, Aloy. Unless they are first silenced. Now you stay here on the ridge. On my signal, throw rocks and draw the watcher over to me. Wait for my signal.
So this is Ross giving you an example of the most overpowered strategy in the game.
Aloy, throw a rock near me.
You distract, bring them close, and then you silent strike, which is what Ross is about to do here. Any small machine, done. That's it. Yeah, game over.
There. Come, girl, it's safe now. Harvest a kill so I can teach you how to make arrows. Good. Now, gather stalks of ridgewood from the plants over there.
Ridgewood.
Use the stalks as arrow shafts, and metal shards for arrowheads.
Okey-doke. So the way to do that is hold your weapon wheel, hold down X, craft arrows. There I have.
Good.
Full quiver now.
You'll never run out of arrows if you know how to craft what you need. Let's put those arrows to use. Follow.
We get an introduction to what is unsurprisingly one of the best parts of the game. Guerrilla design, killfall, as I said, ranged combat is very much part of their repertoire.
Here, stay low in the grass and be quiet. It's time to make your first kill, Aloy. The Strider, one of the weaker machines, but even a weak machine can kill a hunter if she's careless. You must study her brain. Its hide is thick, but there are spots where it is vulnerable, like its eye. Can you guess another?
So here we're going to get a gameplay mechanic introduction to the second thing that Aloy's focus is good for.
The canister on its back.
You can analyse the machines,
Is that a weakness?
and that tells you the
Yes.
strengths and weaknesses.
How did you guess that?
The device. It showed me.
That plaything? Stop playing games. Now, take down that Strider. Target the eye or the canister. If it charges, be ready to roll out of the way.
So, canister first,
Again!
boom. Eye next, boom. Eye third time, boom. And it's done. On easy, they're not as hard to take out. On hard,
You
the
did well
machines
today,
are a little
but you
more
have much to
difficult.
learn. Tomorrow,
Not much.
we train again. What was that?
That boy. The one running the brave trails.
Follow Aloy, quick!
This is going to be an introduction to stealth gameplay. I know we did a brief sneak-in section earlier, but that was just to let you know that it's possible to use your environment to blend in. This is using your environment not just to blend in, but to provide you a path to get through from A to B without having to engage every single machine in the area. On hard difficulty, reinforcements come much quicker and the machines hit much harder. So this is important for the difficulty that I'm playing on. Obviously on easy just go nuts. Honestly. Here's an example of the machines all communicating with each other. His fall alerted one and that one alerted the rest of the herd.
Only a matter of time before the machines find that boy and kick him to death. But if I shoot, it'll cause a stampede, and it will trample him.
But I can see the paths they take.
Stop telling stories.
I'm not. I can sneak through.
You will not. Aloy!
Now Ross thinking this is a grim situation because Aloy
We need to move slowly, quietly.
is
so
beyond
we
his
sneak
help
past.
down here. If Ross comes down and starts going gung-ho, there's more than enough machines to kill him, Aloy, and the young lad. Aloy, however, can highlight the paths these animals can take in her focus,
Can't let them see.
and that lets me see where they're going to move, the paths they're going to take through the environment, and lets me plan ahead.
Got to be careful.
So it's important that you don't move too quick, so do use the crouch walking, and you can pretty much just swan through the environment.
Almost there.
Use the red grass to hide in. Use the environment to your advantage. Easy peasy. Straight into the grass.
There he is.
And we found the poor lad.
Hey!
What? How is this?
Shh! Follow me.
Now,
How do you know that?
I lost track of him there. So provided we don't do anything silly here, he'll just forget we were here and carry on his merry way. Normally that wouldn't happen. If a machine reached that kind of yellow alert status,
Oh no. The Watcher saw me.
yep, we're dead. See, that's the first time that's happened to me ever. That was a bit naff. Serves to show how easy this can go wrong though. I have never been caught at that point before. So there's a Watcher there. There's his path highlighted.
How do you know to avoid them?
Now, again, he's gonna walk past. We're just gonna take our time here. I have been able to get through this fairly quickly before, but carelessness gets you killed. That's the first death I've had when Aloy's a child. Generally, if you just let the machines move through their path, don't disturb them. You can just, they're a minor inconvenience if anything. It's only really the bigger machines, which sounds fairly obvious. There are some big machines that are really easy to tackle, but it's only really the big machines that you have to worry about if you get spotted. Because Aloy becomes a pretty competent fighter, taking out Watchers just becomes easy. By the end of the tutorial, you can knock them down with one hit and finish them off with a critical strike if you've not killed them straight away. They're not much to worry about.
Wait. Oh, Mother, bless that girl. Bless you both. Boy! She saved me. I just wanted...
Boy! Seal your lips! They are outcasts, both. And she is motherless. Come now! Back to Mother's heart.
The only reason Rost
That boy
refers
should
to
not have
them
spoken to us. It's against tribal law.
is because Rost follows the traditions of the Nora tribe very
We'll go home
serious,
now.
very sort of,
Follow.
I wouldn't say religiously, but it's not really a religion. Follows them, he's a strict
I know
adherent
the
to
way.
them. However, Rost was once a brave
So you
and a very, very good warrior. He still is a great warrior, but not for the tribe anymore, obviously. Children are little shits.
Stay away, no mother!
Now, I have tried playing this a few different times. Obviously, I've been trying to record it a few different times. And I have tried aiming for his head, but Ross just shoots the rock out his hand. However,
Hey!
that's pretty good and does earn you some respect, so well worth it.
Children, away from there. Back to picking berries.
You're bleeding. Let me have a look. Here, hold still. I'll get it.
Why? Why? Why am I an outcast?
Aloy, this is not the time.
Who was my mother?
Aloy, I've told you before, that's not for us to know. You were just a newborn when the matriarchs brought you to me.
So the matriarchs, they know?
It's not so simple.
But they know.
Aloy, we are outcasts.
So how do I make them tell me?
The matriarchs? There is a way, perhaps.
So tell me.
It would be dangerous.
How?
It would take years of training.
I don't care. How do I do it? Tell me.
The proving. The tribe's rite of passage held every year. Those who pass become braves. But to the one who wins, the matriarchs grant a boon.
A boon?
Yes, whatever the winner wants.
Then I'll do it. Whatever it takes. I'll win the proving.
I see. We'd best get started then. Your training will be hard. And it'll take years.
Start training? Yes. Follow.
Training montage coming up here. So briefly, it surprises me that Ross brings that up as a kind of surprise. Aha, surprise and surprise. It surprises me that Ross springs that, or just comes to the realisation that the proving could give her the answers she needs. Because I think Ross had always intended for her to take the proving and to rejoin the tribe. He never intended for Aloy to live as an outcast for her lifetime. And that's evident in one of the final lessons that he gives her. Here we go. Respect with that one. And she becomes one tough young woman, climbing so much faster. She's making the machines run from her. And this is my favourite, this is one of the best. One of the cockiest things I've ever seen, but also shows how competent she is. And fearless. Fearless in a good way.
Rost? 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 Where is he? 2 days before the proving and he goes off without me? He wouldn't do that.
So there we have our first level up, and we've moved beyond Aloy's childhood. And further to what I said earlier, I am going to carry on playing. So, first thing you get is your melee tutorial. Aloy does have a spear, although you can't see it in her armament there. Knock armour off small machines, that makes them more vulnerable to your ranged attacks. And, if you use a heavy attack, you can knock over small machines. So, that includes watchers, scrappers, striders, small machines will get knocked over by that attack. Not all of them will die straight away. Watchers, a heavy attack like that tends to be a one-hit kill. With other small machines like the strider, like the scrapper, if you hit them, they will acknowledge the hit and go down like on one knee or take damage and become sort of stunned, so to speak. It doesn't last for long. They will get back up again. But while they're down, you've got abilities you can use to follow up. Ranged attacks.
I'll find a use for you.
Get all the red berries we can. Another thing I should do now while I'm here, because this is going to come in handy. So here we have the skills and the skill trees. Prowler, that's all your stealth stuff. Brave, that's all your normal combat, melee combat, and arrow combat. So that's your they've seen me and we need to get out of trouble type stuff. Forager is your gathering your health. Your lure call's in there. I'm not sure why, because lure call's actually very, very useful. Traveller is a new one that was added with the Frozen Wilds expansion. It has skills that kind of complement these. I think they were ones that could have been added, but they had everything they wanted. And then when they did the Frozen Wilds, it made sense to add some of these abilities on based on the feedback that these guys had. So disassemble lets you clear space in your inventory for half the shard value. Shard of this game's currency, along with machine parts. Expert Carver gives you chances to loot blue tier upgrade items. Hoarder increases your inventory slots. There's not normally a way to do that, I don't think. These don't become unlocked until you reach a certain level. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to do Silent Strike, I'm going to do Critical Hit, and I'm going to do Lure Call. They are, in the game, three of the most useful skills you can get, and the fact that you can get them early is really helpful.
He said we'd go hunting this morning. Why isn't he here? Where's he gone to?
The world doesn't look as good as it could. Trust me, I've seen this running on Ultra, and the game looks absolutely gorgeous, but even without the Ultra settings,
he's just standing there.
the views
What's going on with him?
here are still spectacular. Yeah, meandering waterfall, lovely comforting sound, everything's at peace, the lighting in the game is just tremendous wherever you go. It really is a beautiful world and done such a good job. Here's Rost. Old man Rost.
You're here.
Did you want to be alone?
No. We must speak. I've been thinking about your training, Aloy. You've learned to hunt, learned to survive. But I fear there's a lesson I failed to teach you. Would you learn it now?
Of course. I'll always learn what you have to teach.
There has been some trouble recently. It affords an opportunity to learn this lesson, but it will be dangerous. You must come prepared, or you will die. Descend into the Embrace and hunt until you have gathered the parts for fire arrows.
Fire arrows? What kind of trouble are we talking about?
Once you have the parts, you will meet me there, at the gate beyond the village of Mother's Heart.
The North Gate? At the edge of the Embrace?
Yes. Now be on your way.
I'll go gather the parts, but I'm also going to pay Karst a visit.
Aloy, that man breaks the law every time he speaks to you.
And I'm glad he does. I want to buy a tripcaster, and no other trader will sell to outcasts.
Stock it with ammunition, then. You'll find use for that weapon tonight.
That sounds ominous. All right. See you at the North Gate. Something's really bothering him.
The Tripcaster is your first tactical weapon. I mean, the bow's technically a tactical weapon. It allows you to hit weak points, to plan your entry into combat, and then obviously you've got melee for helping you finish off opponents or for softening them up. But the other weapons in the game are really well designed
The embrace.
to allow you to take
whole life
advantage
I've never
of
gone beyond this
elemental
valley.
weaknesses
That'll
or
change after the proving. 2 days.
to
2 days until I
soften
get
enemies
answers.
up before they can
2
get close
days,
to
and
you.
I'll know who she was. And why I was cast out at birth. As if there could be an excuse for that. Alright, time to gather the parts for some fire arrows. I should find a herd.
Introduction to elemental arrows as well is your introduction to the fact that some machines have elemental weaknesses. Whether it's direct elemental weaknesses such as they are vulnerable to fire damage, they are vulnerable to cold damage, they are vulnerable to sometimes you can get rare skins from these guys. Sometimes it's also the fact that they carry their weakness with them. So you saw when I was a child that I shot the canister off the back of one of the opponents that I was up against, the Striders. Elemental weaknesses can be exploited. So for example, if a Strider's carrying a blaze canister and I set the blaze canister on fire, it'll explode, causing fire damage to everything standing around. So this is your introduction to the 1-2 punch. Alright. One is lure, second is silent strike. That's your 1-2 punch. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You can also, this guy's just noticed his mates now. You can also just do that. Watchers really are the easiest enemy you can fight in this game. Basic arrows and a shot to the eye and it's good night. Other enemies take more damage and require a bit more thought. Striders may not die
I need your help.
to the silent strike. The critical hit
Definitely
attack
right.
that I got
A word?
will make a mess of them.
Please. No one else will help me.
Quick conversation with this dude.
You want to talk to an outcast?
I'm desperate for help. Whatever the consequences.
What's the problem then? Trouble with your leg?
Forget about me. It's my daughter, Arana. She's in danger. She went after a scrapper near Mother's cradle, and I fear for her life. I can't even stand up, let alone go after her. Will you help me find her?
I'll do what I can to help your daughter.
Make sure she's all right. I'm begging you.
So we are going to do that additional quest. One of the easiest side quests to pick up. That Strider has mysteriously disappeared. We're right next to the herd. So we're going to do all the main quests first and then we'll do In Her Mother's Footsteps because it's useful to get the experience. Elemental plants such as these ones I'm picking up. That one was Shock Wax Root, Corruption Glaze Root and Fire Kiln Root. They allow you to brew potions and make traps that can damage an enemy's elemental weakness and also protect you from an enemy's elemental attacks. So there's watchers in this area, there's Striders, a Strider there, a watcher here, there's a watcher there as well. Not close enough to use that. That's a little click you heard there. Should be close enough now though. Yeah, I am. So we'll draw him over, knock him out. Got a mate over there. He will probably see what's left of him. And we're moving off. Hopefully this guy will come over then. Don't know why the other one never responded. He just seemed to lose an interest and move away. So normally it just draws them like a magnet and then you just... There's 2 tiers of loot lying down here, as you can see. We've got up. Hang on a second, I need to get in the grass again. So we picked up a watcher heart there, that's quite a valuable bit of loot. This one's coming over, finally decided he wants to inspect this area. So let him get near enough for me to do this. Boom. Down he goes. Always loot what you kill unless it comes up telling you that you're full and can't do anymore. Because resources in this game, the kind of crafting that you can do in this game, it's all important. Staying on top of your ammo, staying on top of your upgrades, staying on top of your weaves, making sure that your damage output is the max it can be, or your elemental protection is the best it can be. We've got 2 machines approaching. They just want to inspect the wreckage of these machines here. The third's coming, it's another watcher. They're not going to see me in this grass. They'll maintain a heightened alert state. I don't want to tackle a 3-on-1 here. I'd rather that they all disappeared. I do need the blaze canisters off the back of the striders, so I want everything to sort of disappear. I'll chase this one because I can sneak up on him. Silent strike. Silent strike. Boom. Strider down. There's one of the blaze canisters for my quest. Now you've got 2 options. You can kill your way through this. Just go up to the lone machines that are standing on their own. Silent strike. Done. You can also just shoot the canisters off their back. Ripping components off machines is one of the easiest ways to get what you need.
Deal with them
like that. That's now a blaze canister I can pick up. He's obviously still up and in one piece. Not happy. Now because I've chose to take him out, the others are not just spooked but aggroed. He knows where I am now, you can't hide once they've been alerted. That connected, but it didn't. So that's what happens when it connects and then critical hit. Critical hit does improve your survivability because it lets you finish off enemies quicker than you would normally get to. And we've obviously knocked out this guy. His blaze canisters over here. Boom. There's 2 blaze canisters. We need 1 more to fill this first part of the quest. We'll be able to craft arrows, blaze arrows after that now. Got his blaze canister off, he's not happy. Doesn't like that at all. Hit him with a heavy attack, put him down.
Oh.
Search and get his strider heart. Boom. Now, I can craft 10 arrows. However, I would like more than that. 10's not going to cut out for the quest I'm going to do. So we'll just... These aren't the toughest machines in the world. That hit him right in the face. He didn't like that. Knock him down. Grab his gear. Boom. As easy as that. This is on hard. These aren't the sort of machines that you really have to get tactical with. They're not difficult at all. They can be if they overwhelm you. Don't let them gang up in numbers. If it looks like it's not going your way, you're going to get attacked by 2 or 3. Fall back, break line of sight, hide. You know, they will give up eventually. So that's just done the first part of the quest. Then I nip up here and see Karst now. Karst is a trader. You don't have access to many at the moment. In fact, Karst is the only one, because Aloy's status amongst the Nora is still an outcast. We're only running this village, for example, so that we can hit the campfire in here. Do a quick save. But the Nora will shun.
Just because I'm shunned doesn't mean I won't pass through.
There you go. So she's shunned, they won't talk to her. Can pass through the village though. They're not going to attack you on sight.
Time to see Karst and get a tripcaster.
Okay. So we'll hit the fire here. Quick save. Nip out the other side of the village, up and round. Karst's hut is up here. Honestly, the outcast status just means that Aloy can't talk to people and limits the people she can buy from.
No one else around. Looks safe to meet. My guess is he'll be waiting for me.
There we go. Blue loot from animals is always useful because it's usually things that you need to level up your equipment.
Looks nervous.
Your carrying capacity especially is important. So here we are. Here's Karst.
Well, well, well. An outcast on my doorstep. All mother protect me.
Surprised you saw me the way you keep looking every other direction to make sure no one's watching. Careful there, or you'll sprain your neck.
It's always a pain in the neck when you show up, girl, one way or another.
Last time I visited, you had a tripcaster available for trade. Still got it?
I do. But you'd need to bring me a scrapper lens. What can I say? Special weapons don't come cheap.
Oh, I can pay. Took down a scrapper not long ago. Stripped out the lens in perfect condition.
I'll be the judge of that. Show me.
So, 2 important things to note here. Under trade, shards in the bottom left corner there, that's your currency. It's literally just pieces of a machine. It's also what you use to build your arrows. However, when you're considering buying equipment, you also have to take into account that a lot of equipment's traded for with special tiers of salvage. In the top right hand corner you can see the tripcaster can be traded for, and it tells you it's a scrapper lens. That tells you that you need to have with you the 2 seconds. There we are, sorry about that. That tells you that you need to have on hand a tripcaster, a scrapper lens, which is green tier salvage, before this merchant will sell to you. So you can have all the shards under the sun. You're not going to get the good stuff unless you have what the merchant's looking for. So for example there, the sling's literally just metal shards. Ropecaster's metal shards, metal shards, metal shards. Metal shards and blaze. So we're going to get this and equip it.
Now that you've got yourself a tripcaster, practice how to use it someplace else, alright? My life's exciting enough without a bunch of shock wire booby traps to trip over.
Really? Could have fooled me. I guess that concludes our business.
Alright. See you around.
I've got what I need. Time to meet Rost at the North Gate.
Merchants that you can trade with have this icon above their heads as well. Like I say, Karst is going to be the only one until Aloy passes the proven. In fact, I think there might be one she can trade with inside Mother's Heart. You're getting a quick tutorial on screen there telling you what the tripcaster does. Shock wire stuns an enemy that crosses the wire. When you get a piece of new equipment, you normally get a quest. Let me see if I can find it. Tutorials, here we are. This quest generates XP for you. It says you have to trip machines with shock wires. 3 machines. It also says that the level's level 8. Aloy can only be level 3 at this point because it's meant to reflect the years she's spent training. She's went up 3 levels. There's 2 things wrong with that. Number 1. Let's say I find some machines here. Where's the nearest machine to me? They're all organic. There's a smashed up watcher. You just pinch some shards from him. Strider herd. If you look at my compass at the top of the screen, you'll see that it's marking a strider site for me. And I head over to that strider site just now. The quest says it's locked to level 8, but you only have to trip up 3 machines. So literally, if you go over here,
wash away the sense for now.
because there isn't a marked area on the map that tells you you have to go to a specific place to do that.
Mine included.
So I'm just gonna quickly skip over here, and you can see the difference in this area. Very sleety, very icy, different environment, and we've got a bit of rain as well for a bit of variety. So here's the shotcaster. I'm gonna put that there, and then I want to do that. He is gonna walk through that and get zapped. That's 1 machine tripped up with shock wires. Now they're all spooked, they'll all run away. I'll just jog up here. Critical hit him, down he goes. You see what I mean by tactical combat? Against small machines like this is overpowered. But when you get larger machines, this level of planning is necessary. Find out their weakness. What hurts them most? What are they strong against? Don't use that. Same plan again. Can't
For a few minutes
whistle on
anyway.
him yet. It's best not to try and be too close when you attract him. I'm hoping he's going to walk through the edge of that and it will still connect. Once we've tripped him up, we're going to critical hit him again. Here we go. Too easy. Once again, just to remind you, I am playing this on hard difficulty. Oh, am I going to make it in? Yes. So 1 more machine, and we've completed the first tutorial challenge for the weapon. There's a machine there. Give him a little whistle. Just change back to that weapon just now so that I've got it ready. And there's the Tripcaster tutorial complete. We've set the herd stampeding again, it's alright. You know. We've also leveled up. So the next ability, I think what I'm going to do is wait a second point and go for strike from above. I want as many stealth options as I can get. I've whistled on Horseboy there. Going to take him out with final strike. His mate saw that, he won't be impressed. He will alert everyone in the area. Knock him down. Pick him up. More blaze so that I can build more fire arrows. his blaze canister. That's all I wanted. And they ran away because I think I was too far away for them to see what it was that was attacking them, so they just got spooked instead. Drop into the grass and just let them have a merry old time. More fire arrows, more normal arrows, more tripcaster fire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it there. We're just over an hour in. I like the idea of doing these slightly longer episodes. We'll leave it there for now. Got a second episode ready to upload. Thank you once again for all the support that you showed the Medium. It was my first series. I've really enjoyed it. Made a lot of mistakes, obviously, but I'm learning as I go, and that's the important thing. I'm going to replace the part 1 Horizon video that was already up with this one. Quality will be much, much better. Look for the next episode coming up over the weekend, and as always, if you could leave a like on the videos when you watch them, leave a comment and let me know what you think of the game. If you have played it already, if you're playing it before you play Horizon Forbidden West, if you're going back to it again just to refresh the story, it'd be interesting to hear from you guys. And also, if you could subscribe, help my channel grow, that would be fantastic. Really appreciate that, guys. And with that being said, you guys take care of each other. As always, be kind to each other. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.